All right, all right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Al Shai, Ba'ashem Harakakodash, double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone, and salutes on sea brothers out there preaching this word, sincerity, and truth. All right, got this article here from Zero Hedge. It's entitled "Australian Truck Drivers Vow to Block Every Major Highway in Radical Anti-Lockdown Strike." All right, Australia has um, the the lockdown that's going on right now. As Australians take to the streets to protest the country's lockdown measures, most recently clashing with police over the weekend, Aussie truck drivers are planning to shut down every major highway across the country and have advised people to stock up on groceries. All right. One driver, according to the Daily Mail, declared in a video that truck drivers are planning to shut down the country to remove the shit government on August 31st, beginning at 9 a.m. All right. As you know, that grocery stores have basically like a store stock. They stock the shelves like every day, but it's like 3 days. It's like 3 days they'll be out of groceries. All right, so those groceries have to come in, every day, or at least before 3 days. All right. After 3 days, the grocery store, basically comes empty. You know, so those truck drivers have to constantly, drop the deliveries off of groceries, very, very frequently, you know. So this is a major thing right here, man. If it's like a 2 week strike, or maybe more, those grocery stores are gonna be bare. Those shelves are gonna be bare. And you know what? That's what you call a famine. You know, that would be like an engineered famine. All right. Okay. Continuing on. It's on. The truckies are doing it. The truckies are going to shut down the country. The man says, adding, what that means is you need to go shopping now. Get what you can for the next week or two. See that? Load your freezers. He said supply chains would soon be interrupted and urged Aussies to stock up on groceries to get them through the next couple weeks. GoFundMe has since been launched to support the truckies financially as they prepare to strike from 9 a.m. on Tuesday, August 31st, which will involve blocking every highway entering into the state at the same time. All right. Well, this is going to spread all over the world. All right. As these lockdowns persist in different countries. All right. Great Babylon, which is America, they're gonna start with their lockdowns, and that sentiment of the government. The government don't have all the power. All right. So that's what these truck drivers are basically trying to convey. That truck drivers are, is very important to the logistical aspect of running a running society. Australia, which is that's a part of the beast system. All right. And America is going to be next, man. All right. So it's truck drivers all over the world. So they're basically gonna, follow what the Australian truck drivers gonna do. You know, according to the man, truck drivers have been in a discussion with people from around the world and have been working with war veterans to carry out the protest. The truckies are in, the vets are in, I'm in. See that? So it's going to spread all over the world. I wanted to go to jail to save my country and children, said the man. All right. So these are, citizens, in this case, truck drivers fighting against the beast system, man. All right. See a little GoFundMe or whatever. So this is gonna hit. It's gonna hit Australia real hard, man. All right. I go into the scriptures here. 2nd Ezra 6, and I'm gonna start at 20. The point is in 22. And when the world shall begin to vanish away. Now you look up that word vanish. Some the synonyms match with the destruction. All right, which I'm gonna look up here. Vanish means to pass quickly from sight, disappear. All right, go down to the synonym dematerialize, disappear, dissolve. All right, evaporate, fade, flee, fly, melt. All right, what is it? 2 Peter's, the 3rd chapter. Let me grab that real quick. 2 Peter 3. Okay, 2 Peter 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements. See that? The elements. Everything you see is made up of elements. Your body's made up of elements. All right, your car is made up of elements. All right. Your paper money is made up of elements. Everything's made up of elements. Okay, and the elements shall melt, vanish, okay, melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works therein shall be burnt up. See that? So the world is going to be vanished away, all right, by thermonuclear fire. And when the world, Esau's world, all right, that shall begin to vanish away, shall be finished. Then will I show these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. And the children of a year shall speak with their voices. And women with child shall bring forth untimely children, or children before the designated 9-10 months. A child is in the womb. All right, before birth. Okay. Untimely children 3 or 4 months old. You call them preemies. Premature. And they shall live and be raised up. Okay, here's the point. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Okay. So who gets the food? Who gets the food inside the storehouses? The truck drivers. The truck drivers, they go to the distribution centers, all right, and pick up the groceries. Or the truck drivers go to the farms and pick up the meat. Pick up the meat, and they deliver them to the grocery stores. See, so that's an engineered famine. And we're living in that time, man, of famines, engineered famines, and also famines that has been created through nature, as you could say, through Father Nature. The Lord has been destroying the crops via the, storms. You know, that's been happening a lot when it's storm season. Also with locusts. Locusts are tearing up, the fields of, vegetation. All right. Second Ezra's 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. Okay. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. All right. So all this stuff is happening. The majority of the people, they're not gonna be. They're so far gone. Especially. Jake, 2/3 of Jakes, they're just so far gone. It's like, they're not gonna repent. They're just gonna be destroyed, man. Read this, 2 16 and 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine. See that? So those truck drivers striking, that's an engineering famine and great death. All right. The beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear. All right. The beginning of evils. So the power is going to stand in fear. So, like your government officials, they're going to stand in fear. And when all this hell start breaking loose. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Okay. So as Ezra's asking a question, because he's basically, in the vision, seeing all these things transpire, and it was very fearful, it was very scary to him, And men back then, they're mentally stronger, all right, and physically. So he's seeing that, and it's like, man, who's gonna deliver me? Okay? So these times are coming. These very tumultuous times are coming. All right. So yeah, man, it's going down. So, it's pretty much all I got. Lord willing, is edifying. Shalom.